Another approach to having a sun projector is to mount the telescope on a tripod and then have the scope project the image down into a viewing box. One of the problems with this setup is obviously that since the viewing box is on the same angle to the telescope as the sun is, that you have to somehow reduce or eliminate the amount of light that's coming into the box. Otherwise, it will drown out the light from the natural background, will drown out the image of the sun. In this case, I've placed the telescope and viewing box, telescope in the sun as much as possible, and the viewing box underneath the shade of this tree. What I'm going to do now is put an additional sun shield on the telescope. Now, with the sunscreen I've placed on top of the telescope, there's a darker image projected into the, no, it's not a darker image, the image is the same, but then because the background is darker, you can see the image better. This is a second approach to preparing a sun projector that does not go directly into a box. What I've done here is to take basically the same telescope we had previously and to shorten it and install a 45-degree angle prism, allowing the projection to be made more directly down into the surface beneath it. The difficulty with this approach is that anything over a 45-degree angle in sun altitude will result in projecting the image into the tripod. And so you have to create two things. One, a shadow box so you can see the image on the ground, and secondly, position the tripod as best as possible so that it does not interfere with the projection. In order to create the shadow box, I've glued together two flat pieces of surplus plywood, and then just place another smaller piece of plywood on top in order to increase the size of the shadow for the shadow box. Now, as you can see, I can get a full view of the sun on the ground through this approach. This allows multiple people to stand around behind it, where I am now, and follow the sun as it moves across the bottom of the reflection paper. starting to move out of the field of view of the telescope, so at this time I would have to go over and to adjust it to bring it back within full view.